Slightly later than scheduled, BBC2 now begins a weekend of celebrations for the first landing on Mars for over 2 decades. And to launch the event is Clive Anderson.
Good evening and welcome to a weekend on Mars. 3 evenings of television inspired by the lonely journey of a tiny automaton to a hostile alien world. And I don't mean William Hague's trip to Scotland to search for surviving Conservatives. They're there somewhere, William. I think they may have moved in with the Loch Ness Monster, though. Now, we're here to tell you about Pathfinder, the NASA spacecraft, which landed on Mars earlier this evening, July the 4th, Independence Day. Uncanny, isn't it? There you go. That's NASA, if you can see that, celebrating. After a journey of 7 months covering 310 million miles, Pathfinder arrived on Mars just over 2 hours ago. And the scenes there were the scenes at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory when Mission Control got the message at 6:03 that Pathfinder had finally landed, on time to the minute. And that's Flight Commander Rob Manning with the beard. Oh, I say that's him there. He's disappeared away. He's overcome with excitement. Anyway, 7 months of waiting are over. Well, not quite, because Pathfinder has reached the surface of Mars, we know that, but as space probes go, this is a very fragile little thing, and we still don't know what state it's in. Pathfinder landed during the Martian night, and we won't know whether it survived the landing unscathed until sunrise on Mars, which will be in about an hour, as I'm sure you know. Over the last 2 hours since touchdown, the airbags that cushioned the impact of the surface will have deflated. The probe will work out which end is up, and it will flip itself over, and the metal petals which hold the rover inside will have opened up, and the probe will be cooling down after the scorching entry through the Martian atmosphere. Then at around about 9:30 tonight, the sun will rise over the horizon, and the solar panels will start to generate power. At that point, at a few minutes to 10, Pathfinder will send back to Earth the first information from the surface of Mars in over 20 years. The information will take around 10 minutes to reach NASA and put Rob Manning and his team out of their misery. And us come to that. Pathfinder might, though, be lying in bits, and until we get that first signal, we just don't know. And that leads me to the first of our studio guests this evening, a man who's been through more of these nail-biting moments than I, or indeed anybody else has, Dr. Patrick Moore. Also with me is the self-confessed rock fetishist, the British geologist at the centre of the debate about life on Mars, Dr. Monica Grady. And last but not least, a man who knows all about Martians, at any rate as they appear to the imagination of mankind, co-editor of the Encyclopedia of Science Fiction, Mr. John Clute. So Patrick, another space mission, another landing, this time on Mars. Do they still create the same excitement for you?
I think more so, really, because this is something entirely new, at the start of an entirely new phase in our exploration of Mars. We're not, the Vikings that landed there in the 1970s, they came down and stayed put. And the rover of Pathfinder should move around.
All right, and that makes it exciting for you.
It does indeed.
Bit of moving around.
It does indeed.
Monica, now if things go to plan, there'll be, at any rate, pictures of rocks on Mars. Will that get, is this what excites a geologist, or is it just the same as seeing stones in your garden?
No. Rocks on Mars are very, very different. We only know a little bit about what rocks on Mars are like. The Viking only looked at the soil. This is the first probe that's going to look at rocks themselves, so very exciting indeed. Right.
Now, from the science fiction point of view, what we really want to see in science fiction is ferocious, bug-eyed monsters determined on world domination. But we're not likely to see Mike Tyson on Mars, are we?
I think it's pretty unlikely. There are thousands of stories about Mars. Most of them are very old, and almost all of them are untrue. We're now beginning...
Okay, I've got to cut you off, because now Pathfinder isn't the first man-made object to make it to the surface of Mars. The Americans and the Soviets have been sending unmanned probes to Mars for over 30 years, but very few of them have been successful. Remarkably few, in fact. It's a bit of a Bermuda Triangle of space exploration compared to other destinations. So watch now a special edition of Horizon Destination Mars, which chronicles the Martian touchdowns and cock-ups of the past and looks forward to a more successful future on the Red Planet. We'll be back at 9:40 to bring you all the drama, live as it happens, all the way from Mars via Los Angeles, straight to your living room. See you, man or Martian, after that.